Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Karin. I'm from Extraordinary Fitness, and today we are going to work on something which I think many of you can benefit from. It's the straddle invert. Many of my students struggle with it. Today we will work on it. It's 3 different parts. I will have one part on the floor in the end of the video. So if you have if you're at home, you don't have access to aerial stuff, you can work some exercises on the floor, which help to learn the pathway. Then we will have one part on the hoop itself, if you work with a hoop and you have a hoop at home. And if you have a sling, I will show you some exercises with a sling. You can either use a hammock or you can use actually the sling on top of the hoop if you have a single hoop or even 2, in order to have some protection in your back, which helps you to lift your leg. So let's go straight at it. But before we start, remember to subscribe to my channel, share it with others, give us a thumb up. It does help a lot. And yes, let's go for it. I will give you a few exercises on the hoop which will help you to get your invert straddle, your bent arm straddle invert. So let's start. Number 1, I would recommend that you just have your hands here, pull your elbows in, and then just try to hang like this. You can first hang with one leg like this, and then take the other one. You can change your legs, but try to gain the strength in order to hold yourself on the hoop with bent arms. Because often what happens when you do a straddle is that you fall back. So it's kind of like this, and you don't come up. So bent arms, close to your body, and stay there. The second exercise will be different leg lifts. If the hoop is very low, you can do it on top. If your hoop is higher up, you can do it on the bottom bar. So hang with straight arms, just hang down, and then lift your knees up. So knees to the chest. The arms are totally straight, and you just try to get your knees to the chest. The second one would be that you get your knees to your shoulder on the side. So I will do it on the side. So same thing again, but you go here. So get your knees. So in that one, I will show it to you from the front one more time. You actually open up your knees a bit. So they are not here anymore, but they are going to the side. So hanging, or you can also do it with one first. If you find it hard, do it with one. And then the other one, that would be an easier way to build up. But when you do it with both, you're going to the side. So once you've done all these different lifts, one where you keep your lower back down and just lift your leg, and then the one where you roll a little bit up with your lower back. Another thing you can work on is on the straddle itself. I think many of you know this feeling of being down here kind of and not feeling that you are coming up. I see this many times. You can jump for this one. You keep your arms bent and you would jump here. But what you have to do kind of is, instead of being down here round, you have to come out of your back. What I'm doing is actually I'm pulling on the hoop, and then I'm pushing my hands to the hip. And then often the legs are somewhere there, rolling the little toe down, rolling them in. So you kind of have to show the inside of your thigh. So when you are in the straddle position, first thing is you're pulling and pushing. You're pushing your hands to your hips, and then you're rolling the inside of your thigh out, so that you kind of show the inside of your thigh, which means that your legs from up there are going into a straight line position. It becomes like a pancake on the floor, kind of. And if you can sit in a pancake like this with your legs there, you basically can hang in a straddle, because that's about the angle you should have. Maybe your legs are there instead of here. That will be the difference of your pancake. But if you can sit straight and pushing, that's your invert straddle. So let me show it to you one more time. This one, the position of your straddle, and then I will give you some more exercises. So one more time, I will show it to you from the back. So hands together, arms bent, jumping your knees or lifting them to your shoulders, and then inverting. And then pushing your arms straight to your hands and straightening your legs, rolling your thighs open. If you find this hard, you place your feet like this on the hoop, and then open one leg, put it back, other leg, put it back, without losing your hip, without losing your level. Both back and down. So all the time, it's like a pull-push feeling. You are rolling your chest open. I will show it to you from the side. If you are too round, you will fall out. So if you are, again, knees to your shoulders, invert there, straighten your legs. If you're there, you directly fall down. So you have to kind of roll your shoulders back and be there. Look straight at the wall. Don't look there. Look straight back. And there you are. For coming down, bend your legs, come down slowly. So this is the straddle itself. And you can open one leg. First, just put your feet on the hoop. find the position, try to pull, push, roll your shoulders there so you are straight, look at the wall and open your thighs. So this would be another exercise you can do and play around this with your legs in the straddle before you put it together. Once you have the straddle itself, because it always helps to know where you should end, your end position. If you don't really know the end position, how should you jump up and come there? So really work on the straddle itself, on the invert. If you have it, you feel stable, you know where you are, your back is straight, everything is straight in a line, how it should be. You can put it together, the leg lift you done before and the straddle. And that one would look like this, that you just stand there. I explained it before, have your arms bent for now. So try to keep the arms bent and then lift your legs. You can lift it here, but I personally, and that's my own personal opinion, the way is much longer and heavier if you're there, plus you have to go to the side. So what I'm often trying to do is to, as quick as possible, come there, come to the side or almost behind. Because the way is easier, I have to get there anyway with my legs. So why take this long way and then even have the hoop in the way? Try to think, open your legs, go backwards, go past your shoulders. Don't think about there. That's too far and too much work. So hands there, arms bent, and then give the strength there, and then lift your legs to the side there as quick as possible. Go there and straighten it. And then bend arms to your shoulders. You still have straight arms, and then you can bend them and come back up. So work it backwards all the time. Small progressions for that would be like having the arms bent, jumping, doing some jumps, just trying to get your hip up. You see, it's kind of, I wait till my legs are somewhere and then I straighten my arm and I go backwards. Often what happens is that people do this, and your upper body, once it's back, it will be impossible to come up with your hips because you have been falling back and losing it. You get too heavy. That's why I'm giving you the exercise with the pull up in the beginning. I want you to hold it. I want you to be there, have your arms bent and be able to lift before you go back. So even if you do it with a temp, try to hold the arms bent, come here, and then you would go back. So you can just try this jumping here, jumping here. Try to get your thigh on your elbow to find this movement. Once you have that, you can go back all the way. Another thing you can do, a last exercise, would be the negative. So when you have been going up, you can always try to, for coming up, either you come from the knee hang in the beginning, you put your knees in, put your hands in the middle and come from up there to try the straddle. I will just show it to you. So if you hang in your knees, you would open here. Then again, straighten your arm, open your chest. You see this little movement? Getting there, straight. You come to a straddle. You can put your feet, do your exercises. And once you come down, try to do it slow. So knees to your shoulders, legs down together. Do it small first and then come down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. All the way. That's another great exercise to control it, to know where you have to go. This is the exercises I would recommend to do in order to get your straddle inward. I will give you now some on the floor and some in a sling. The sling ones are super good in just finding your position and getting stronger when you really feel like you have a long way to go. If you have a sling or a hammock, I would recommend a hammock. A hammock is a little bit softer, but you can as well train it in the sling. It would look like this. So you try to come up and get this point in your lower back, kind of. So you kind of come here, and then you can actually lean back like this. So one thing you could do is hang here, have your arms like this, you almost push a bit, and then lift up your knees like this. This would be your first exercise, to lift up your knees like this. The next one would be to, you can hold, but it is more a pushing, would be to kind of go further there and push back. Push back. And then the last one would be that you're again getting your knees to shoulders, pushing back into a straddle. Here, coming back and going slowly down. Yeah. Then you can also have it a little bit higher up here. Same again. When you have it higher up in your back, you will have to lift your hip already a bit more. So same thing, first getting the knees to your shoulders. I am not doing them together intentionally because we are working on a straddle. I want you to really understand to go to the side and backwards. Here is much harder. You can do it for conditioning, but really, really work on this backwards because your legs actually want to go over the side and back. If you afterwards do it with straight legs, you will want to go to the side and back. You don't want to go here and back. That's much harder. It is much more work. So try to work towards your shoulder. Try to get small together. So it's really about crunching your knees to your shoulders. And then you can do the same with the point higher up. It will get harder. You're going back here, rolling up here. And then the last one would be to go all the way. So there you can use your sling on your hoop in order to help you to train your straddle invert. On the floor, there is 2 exercises I would recommend. First, you can have your arms here. Once you feel more strong, you should have your arms over your head because it makes it more like in the air. It will be afterwards. But first you start here and you just go here with your knees again. Put your legs, put your knees to shoulder and chest, lift slightly. Focus more on pulling together, like pulling your hip and your knee to your shoulder small, than to be here. The next one would be that you go from here and rolling over. Almost, you can see the contact from my knees and my shoulders. I'm kind of trying to stay small there and rolling over. And then the last one is all the way down. But again, try to stay small. Out here, you're much more heavy once you are in the air. Then you do the same like this with your arms over your head. Same thing, getting small and then going over and rolling back as small as possible. Really crunching it together. And then you can do the same with straight arm, with straight legs. If you're lying there, think that your pinky toe goes to the floor. So open up your legs and then follow them. Try to keep it on the floor as long as possible. Try to go along as far out as possible, over and over your head. And taking with me a hoop and then back the same. Put your back down and then go back with your legs like this. This is 2 really good exercises. So first, getting to your shoulders with bend, and then open your legs and go as far over the outside as you can. Work these ones, work it on the hoop, work it in the sling, and let me know how it goes. I really hope it helps you in your aerial progress, or if you are teaching and you look for new exercises for your students. Give me a feedback, leave a comment below, tag me with extraordinary.fitness on Instagram, and see you next week for a new tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye!